What's up guys, welcome back to our show. We are starting the third season of our Jetboard testing tour. New videos, new exciting boards are coming, and today we have something special for you. Wayne, please introduce the team behind Ewave.
So we've got Steve and Dana that have brought the board over today. We're the first people in Europe to test it. We're really exciting, it's going to be amazing. And then we've got Inan, our new Jetboard Limited team rider, who's going to put it through its tests, you know.
Yeah, so as everyone knows, this board's been years in the making, almost 4 years of R&D. People have been following it forever. We came out with a Gen 1 board that wasn't for the general public, and the demand was so hot to bring out something for everybody in a reasonable price point. We said, hey, we have to. Everyone's asking for it. So yeah, we worked with this amazing team in China. This is all owned by a Chinese company. The guy who owns this, the guy who runs this, the guy who made this happen, his name is Tiger. Absolutely an amazing guy, and he took insight from absolutely every part of the industry. Anyone who had anything to give him, he said, yes, I will take that into consideration. I will do what needs to be done to make the best electric surfboard in the world. And that's what you have here.
And one thing we can say, it's not a copy. It comes from China, but nothing about this board is a copy. There's so many unique features, everything's different. There's nothing that you can compare to another board that's on the market.
The formula is there. It's like regular surfing.
Yeah.
Surfboards look like surfboards because they work as surfboards. Yeah. Motorized surfboards just all happen to look similar because that's what works for motorized surfing. The actual looks of it came from function. Not from, oh, we want to steal this, we want to steal that. It was not the case at all. We quite literally went through the board and said, how can we make these foot pads better? How can we make the slant of the board, the center balance, the use of moving the board around? How can we make this whole experience better, easier, funner, and turn into a lifestyle that's actually attainable for people?
Yeah. So I mean, electric boards are the future, but you guys have got something that's small, light, and that carves and performs. A lot of them are great just for going straight. This is actually a performance board, right?
Yeah, and that's one of the things about this board is there's things that people are really looking for. Lightweight. It's really hard to do with an electric board because the batteries are heavy. If you want any kind of ride time, you're looking at almost 20 pounds for the battery. Yeah. No matter what. If it's a foil board, if it's a SUP, it doesn't matter. You're looking at almost 20 pounds for the battery. There's no way around that if you want a half an hour ride time. And no one really wants to do all this work, take it to the beach and everything and have 10 minutes of ride time. Yeah. So unfortunately, you're gonna always be a little bit more weight than a two-stroke board. It's just how it's gonna happen. So we tried to develop and work with that in mind. How can we make this easier to get to the beach? How can we make it more usable for people who can't lift that weight? And you'll see that throughout the stuff that we show you throughout this demonstration. We really took into consideration that weight issue, the size, form factor. The only way to make it carve and be as agile as it needs to be is by making it short. But it still has to have enough float buoyancy to make it so when you're using it, you can get on a plane fast and you can still hold that speed. Yeah.
And everything here is manufactured by Tiger. Nothing's outsourced. Whatever you see is manufactured in your factory.
Absolutely. Yeah. That goes all the way to the raw materials. So in fact, there's a product called D3O protection here. They're actually an impact pad. You'll see them in motorcycle gear and helmets for football players, sports equipment. They integrated this technology into the foot pads to make it so that there was less joint pain in your back, your knees, your ankles, all this kind of stuff. Obviously, they do not hold the rights for this. So this is something they actually went out to the UK, talked to D3O, sourced this material, and made an agreement with them to allow us to put it into this product.
Tell us about some of the other features. We know FCS fins, every single board should have them. They haven't, so well done on that. You've got the wheels on the back. Tell us about some of the other features.
Yeah, so like the base board does not come with this accessories package or the wheels. It's kind of like a ride more kit and a travel kit. We in fact have a travel bag that actually has zippers, and we'll show this after. It has zippers so you can access the handles, and then the wheels actually come through the bag. Yeah. It's the only integrated wheel board system where you can actually, you just quite literally just snap off. You just pull back and down and just swap it with the fins. 2 seconds. Yeah. Time tested and true.
Guys, we have a 2.5 kilowatt battery here, and it'll run about 30 minutes plus or minus with the full charge, 2-hour charge time. And you can see so much attention to detail was paid, as Steve has talked about, in this whole board, that even the battery to access it even has soft releasing handles and makes it easy to carry around. Also, our sourcing with the batteries, we've got so much production available with batteries and inventory that it's not a problem getting extra batteries. In the electric board industry, people want extra power. They need more batteries and they're hard to come by. Not with us.
And the most important is the safety of the battery, the fire safety. Tell us about the firebox.
Yeah, so you can see that this is actually a full steel construction firebox battery. So it has a venting force and everything. If there's ever a problem, it always vents down. And it's a life-safe battery. Like that's what's here. We're trying to make a battery that's easy enough. You can see nice stable handles.
Let me show you one thing also. We've got foot pads on the bottom, rubber foot pads, and also the posts. There's no wires to plug in. You just drop this in and it's self-plugging. So you drop in and you pull out.
And there's no real necessary reason to take this battery out. They quite literally put the charging post on top of the battery. The board's got a power cutoff switch, so you can leave this inside, keep the power off if you don't want full access power to the board all the time, and you can charge this thing up, leave it in the board, so you don't have to take this 20-pound battery in and out.
All right, let's put it in.
Yeah, perfect. So we have these safety pins here. They're red on one side and black on the other, so when you put it in right, it's always black. But if you try to actually do them up wrong, you'll see a red coating, and then you know that you're not secure. So you just quite literally turn them 90 degrees, because it works on a pin system that goes down and then pulls on it. So nice and easy. You quite literally just go like that, lift it off. So full carbon, everything, nice seal here, and you quite literally just drop this guy in. So you can see it has those 2 pins there, 2 pins in the bottom, and that's it, done. Put the cover back on, lock it in, and you're good to go.
It was really, really incredible. The speed it picked up was really cool. It was so easy to turn, so agile. I really, really loved it. It was so good. It was incredible, and the second you push the button, you could actually feel it pull out of the water, and that is so cool. You don't have to be afraid that it's going to sink. It's just there, and it's super.
Yeah, and even if you're just laying on it and it's underneath the water, you really don't have to care.
No, yeah, you're not scared that it's going to dunk. You know, it's really cool.
Yeah, some power there. Yeah,
yeah,
like
really
80%.
You can see here we've been riding already for, I don't know, it's got to be over half an hour. But just because it's not consistent riding, when people are falling, and you know, when we say a half an hour, we mean a half an hour of continuous riding. So it's easy. It's easy to understand that you can easily get an hour out of this to the kids playing around. It's not going to be a problem. It's really not a huge power sucking machine.
And the handle, it was really comfortable to just be able to check, yeah, I can keep going, I can keep pushing, that was really good.
Yeah.
And the detail of the incredible.
Yeah, you like it? Here, I'll give a demonstration. Yeah. So right here you have your moto key, you put it in. There you go.
Sounds like glory.
Yeah, and then as soon as you give it some gas, she's really good to go. So nice and simple. Yeah, so a lot of people would want to know, why do we have this over the front here? It kind of looks like a snorkel, similar to what a carbureted surfboard would have, but in reality it's not really connected to anything. The reason why we made this was so that you can actually just unzip this zipper, and inside here we have an adjuster for the leash, so you can quite literally change the length of your handle in 2 seconds. And we've taken other things into consideration for the people who actually want to surf with a motorized surfboard.
Yeah, let's talk about the leash.
Yeah, so we actually have this attachment point on the back is for accessories. And you can see this just quite literally comes like this, snaps on, and then we have a tri-pin system that locks this in place. This sport has been around in this level for 15 years. Like, let's not get it twisted. This sport is not a new sport. We're late comers into this game. You see them. There's 7, 8, 9 other brands on the market that are making a similar product. But there's simple things that surfers have been asking for since the beginning, and no one's been doing it. And so we're like, look, we're listening. We're listening. And then you'll see in the front, similar. People need to ride with leashes. They silicone coated all the plastic so it has that soft touch, and even with the foot pads, you know, it's not an EVA one layer foot pad. This is quite literally 7 layers of 2 different types of EVA. We have an ETPU, we have the D3O, another layers of EVA. It's structured, it's designed to make it so that it's the best for the rider. That's all they cared about, is how can we make this the best for the rider? No time spared, no expense spared. Like, how can we make this the best? And that's all they wanted to do.
And still come out at a fair price, because this is going to be a board for the masses. It's beautiful, it's got all the extras, it's got all the design, but it's not going to be an expensive board.
Well, let's talk about the price then. You're trying to get into it, put me on the spot. The contract is signed. There will be at least 5 distribution centers around the world for this product. MSRP, end customer price on this is under $7,000.
It's unreal, right?
Yeah, absolutely unreal. Full 1-year warranty, not repair, replace. So if your motor blows, we're not trying to fix it. The dealer's not like, oh, here, give me a week, give me a month. You bring it into the shop, they swap it right then and there. You're back on the water.
And one thing to mention, the 1-year warranty is not dealing with China.
Nope.
We've got Dana who's looking after America, myself looking after Europe. We've already got distribution centers, we've got shops, we've got the service centers. It's all happening right here. It'll happen locally. There's no shipping to China. Deal with us, we're ready.
If you order this board, once they're ready and the warehouses are full, you're looking at 3-day delivery, like 5-day delivery. It's not like 6 months.
So you're buying it from locals.
Absolutely.
It's been serviced by locals. You're riding with the same locals.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a local board.
So what do you got here? This nice rail in the middle.
The biggest thing with these rails is, number one, you have to increase this slope so that this is sitting deeper in the water. Gradual increase allows this to sink into the water, changing the freeboard of the side of the board, like the free baseboard on the side of the board. So when it's floating in the water, it's only an inch or so deep in the water. And then you'll see that all these scowls on the boards, on the sides and on the middle, actually stiffen up the carbon fiber. So when you're hopping and you're hitting choppy waves, you don't have that hard popping noise you'll get with other carbon boards, where you'll hear that bang, because that's the carbon flexing and then releasing that pressure. We will have the first hybrid foil/jetboard in the world, where you can quite literally remove this section of the board, attach a foil, it becomes a foil board.
And that'll be compatible with the boards that people are buying now.
Absolutely. The whole point of this company is to make it so this board you're buying now doesn't change for at least 5 years. And this is the 2020 board. So we're not talking about a new board until at least 2025.
And what speed do you get out of the board?
So this one that we have today that we're going to be testing, you're in there right around 45, 50 kilometers an hour. And then with that other 1,000 RPM, the curve is kind of different. It's not 1-to-1. So you're actually about 55 to 60. So you're at like a 10 kilometer an hour difference. It's pretty impressive numbers.
So you got speed, you got carvability, and you got power. I mean, that's what you want in a motorized surfboard.
Well, let's be honest. The one thing everyone's been looking for since these boards came out is price point.
Price point.
Very important.
Under $7,000.
Easy to use.
All right, guys, you got the winner. I cannot wait to try it out.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight.
Thank you, Steve, for this opportunity. It
not
was
a
really
problem,
fun to try out your new board.
Yeah.
It takes some time to get used to it, but it got the power, it got the potential, and I'm really excited that it's an electric board.
Absolutely.
So, for this beautiful place, when I go on a petrol board, it's boom, 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 it smells, it's gasoline, people hate it, but when I go with this, everybody's cheering, it's silent, That's the best part of it.
Yeah,
So-
in all actuality, when we're on here on the beach watching you ride, we can't even hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear the waves, we can hear everything else. Even when you had the drone up, we could hear the drone, even though it was farther away, could not hear the board at all. And like you said, I think really people respect not having to deal with that noise and that noise pollution.
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
just the pollution of the two-stroke engines, but the noise pollution involved as well.
Exactly. And it handles waves pretty well as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
All this power to jump, it got the push.
Yeah,
Got the juice. So thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
Oh, not a problem.
Yeah. Cheers.
Really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
On the globe, trying to protect your soul.
So Wayne, what are your first impressions of the E-Wave?
Yeah, I really think it's great, and honestly we've been testing a lot of electric boards. This is something new and exciting. They put so much time and effort into the detail, literally every little bit of detail. You can see it's a board that's been made for riders by riders. You look at this board and you know experienced jetboarders have made it. I could go on forever and list all the detail, but it's a great board. The price is amazing. We've got them in Sorta Grande in Spain. Come see them, test them. I think it's going to be one of the most popular boards this summer.
Thank you. That's it guys. Thank you for watching and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.
All-Star Jetboard Testing Tour is brought to you by Wayne from Jetboard Limited. Wayne is a well-recognized expert in the industry, and his company is proud to be the only one in the world that deals with and supports all the different brands, letting the customer try the boards before they buy them. If you would like to buy a jetboard or are interested in getting into the jetboard industry, then contact Wayne. Tanya from Jetboard Limited in Jetboard, Spain. Tanya is one of the first women in the industry who deals with testing, reviewing, promoting, and selling all the different brands of jetboards. Tanya's knowledge of the industry, brands, and boards is comprehensive and impressive. If you want to buy a jetboard and get a great price, then contact Tanya. Andreas from eSurfer Magazine, who is a leader of the growing community of electric jetboarders and creator of his own blogs, eSurfer and eBoarder, and a new eSurfer forum. And Mike from Jet Surfing Nation, who is a passionate jet surfer and a video guy. He loves the industry and wants to help the new sport to grow big. Mike's mission is to try and review every existing jetboard on the market, making his fun videos along the way. If you want to join our next tour event, present your jetboard, do an interview, sponsor, or simply try the different boards before you buy, reach out to Tanya or Wayne from Jetboard Limited. Tanya and Wayne guarantee unbeatable prices and the best backup service you could ever get. Jetboard Limited has branches in England, Spain, Germany, and are expanding all over Europe, as well as Australia, Canada, and Brazil. So contact the team to find out who your local dealer is. See you in the next video, and don't forget to subscribe.